What if I told you that silence between two people can sometimes be louder than words? That tension you feel, that invisible pull, the eye contact that lasts just a second too long, yet neither of you says anything. Is it nothing, or is it everything? Welcome to Psycho Library. Today we're breaking down a strange but powerful psychological experience. When you both feel the pull, but neither speaks first. This isn't random.
It's not coincidence.
There are deep psychological forces at play, quiet, subtle, but incredibly real. And if you miss them, you might miss something that could have changed everything. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Mutual fear of rejection, disguised as indifference. Here's the truth most people won't admit. When two people feel the same attraction, but no one acts, it's rarely because they don't care. It's because they care too much. Psychology calls this reciprocal inhibition. Both individuals are emotionally activated, but simultaneously holding themselves back out of fear. You think, what if I'm wrong? What if they don't feel the same? And they're thinking the exact same thing. So what happens? You both start performing indifference, short replies, avoiding eye contact, acting busy. But underneath that surface, your brain is running constant simulations, replaying conversations, overanalyzing small gestures, reading into every glance. A study in social psychology found that people consistently underestimate how much others like them. Let that sink in. You might be holding back while they're waiting for you. This creates a silent stalemate. Two people, both interested, both waiting, and both slowly convincing themselves the other isn't. And here's where it gets dangerous. Because the longer this silence continues, the more your brain starts rewriting reality. If they really liked me, they would have said something. And just like that, something real starts to fade. But if fear is holding both of you back, then what's intensifying that connection behind the scenes? Because sometimes, the silence doesn't weaken the bond. It makes it stronger. And that brings us to the next sign. Sign 2, emotional tension is being amplified by uncertainty. There's a psychological principle called the uncertainty effect, and it explains something fascinating. We don't get obsessed with what's clear. We get obsessed with what's unclear. When someone openly shows interest, your brain relaxes. There's no mystery to solve. But when signals are mixed, that's when your mind locks in. You start noticing everything. The way they looked at you that one time, the slight change in their tone, the moments they seemed close, but pulled away. Your brain interprets this inconsistency as a puzzle, and humans are wired to solve puzzles. In fact, studies show that uncertain rewards trigger more dopamine than guaranteed ones, meaning not knowing how they feel can actually make you feel more attached to them. That's why this dynamic feels so intense. You're not just attracted to them, you're mentally invested. Every interaction feels meaningful, every silence feels loaded. And because neither of you is speaking, the tension doesn't release. It builds, slowly, quietly, powerfully. But here's the twist most people miss. This tension isn't always romantic clarity. Sometimes it's projection. Because when you don't have answers, your mind starts filling in the blanks. So the question becomes, are you feeling them, or are you feeling the version of them your mind has created? And that leads us to something even deeper and a bit more uncomfortable. Sign 3, you're both protecting your ego more than your opportunity. At the core of this silence is ego. Not arrogance, but self-protection. Approaching someone, expressing interest, or even showing vulnerability comes with risk. Rejection doesn't just hurt feelings. It challenges identity. Your brain treats social rejection similarly to physical pain, so naturally it tries to avoid it at all costs. So instead of acting, you wait, and they wait, both hoping the other will take the emotional risk. But here's what's really happening beneath that. You're both prioritizing being safe over being real. You'd rather keep the possibility alive in your head than risk losing it in reality, because as long as nothing is said, nothing is lost, but nothing is gained either. And over time, silence turns into distance. Distance turns into assumptions. And assumptions quietly close doors that were never even opened. There's a concept in psychology called missed romantic opportunity regret, and studies show that people regret the chances they didn't take far more than the ones that didn't work out. Think about that. Not the rejection, not the embarrassment, but the what if. That's what stays. So if both of you are feeling something, but neither is speaking, you're not stuck because there's no connection. You're stuck because neither of you is willing to break the pattern. And the longer it continues, the harder it becomes to change. But here's the real question. How many connections have quietly disappeared, just like this? And how many more will, if nothing changes? If this made you reflect even for a second, then don't ignore that feeling. Because awareness without action is just another form of hesitation. If you've ever been in this situation, or you're in it, right? Now drop a comment below. I read them. And more importantly, you'll realize you're not the only one navigating this silent tension. If you want more psychology-backed insights that actually mean something in real life, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Psycho Library, because the next video might explain something you've been feeling, but couldn't put into words. And sometimes, understanding the pattern is the first step to breaking it. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.